Hi, I'm Rashid Ogunlaru, coach, speaker and author, and welcome to this Motivating Yourself and Your Team video. This is part of my Coaching Yourself and Your Team Compassionate Leadership series, and that itself is within this wonderful series of videos brought to you by NHS Southeast Leadership Academy, these leadership shorts. So over these 10 to 15-minute videos that give you an opportunity to look at various aspects of leadership, and most importantly, your leadership. And one of the key elements within this is this topic around motivating yourself and your team. You know, people often say to me, Rashid, can you come in, can you motivate these people, I often say, in order to motivate anybody, you need to understand what their motives are. So what's key here is understanding what it is that makes everybody tick. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Rashid, I'm a coach, a leadership coach, motivational speaker and facilitator. My job is to help people like yourself to move forward on this incredibly rewarding journey of being a leader. So, question, and by the way, at any moment you can pause and grab a piece of paper and pause this video and come back to this video anytime. So question, what makes a great team? And what can break a team? So this team, for example, they seem to be getting on quite well, don't they? Seem to be doing quite well. They seem to be quite motivated. Whereas over here, they don't seem to be. What's going on? What's going on in this picture? What's working well, do you think? What is it that makes a great team? I want you to get a piece of paper. You know, you've been in good teams, you've experienced other teams, or you've seen them on TV, on shows, whatever, organizations, businesses, where they're really effective, or in sports, in so many different areas. But also what makes what can break a team? Perhaps you've been there, perhaps you've experienced it, perhaps there's a neighboring team or team that you used to be in. So the first thing I want to bring to our attention here is that we know so much about what it is that motivates people. So let's dive in. So I want to talk here about 10 things which for me are key to this inspiring, motivating and effective leadership. First of all, the destination. Is the destination at all motivating? If the destination isn't motivating, nobody's willing to go there. Are we clear on the destination? Otherwise, we're not going to be very motivated because we can feel nobody knows where they're going. What people's individual motivation and inspiration? I touched on this before. We're all going to be different. What's yours? Think about it. Think about people you know, your friends, your family, contacts. What is it that motivates them? And sometimes you're not going to be able to guess. You're going to need to find out. What is it that makes each of them tick? That's going to be key here. What is it that makes them tick? Each person is on a journey for a different reason. For some people, it's for the treasure. For some people, it's for the experience. For some people, it's for the growth. For some people, it's helping others. The designation and delegation. Is everyone in the right role? If they're not going to be really excited. And the delegation. They've got too much, they've got too little, and so on. Their expectations. What is everyone expecting? What are you expecting of yourself? What other people expecting of you from the organization, and so on. The regulations, the rules, and so on. The aspirations. We've touched on that before. So everyone's aspirations. Maybe it will grow throughout the journey. Communication and information. I was saying that communication is the death or the breath of every relationship. Communication is the breath or the death of every relationship. It's important, especially in times of change and challenge. Collaboration and cooperation, perspiration, appreciation and celebration. So these are all the different tenets. They're all required throughout. So what's going on here? You know, think about your team. Is everyone pulling together? Is it rocky waters? The waters are going to shift. Maybe you're the captain of the ship. So as we can see from these three pictures, there are all these different things that we're often having to navigate, isn't it? The skills, the talent, and developing, motivating people, there's bringing the team together, but there can often be these challenging waters. And again, by being aware of the destination, the inspiration, what it is that motivates people is going to be really important to help us to steer the ship and to navigate. Psychology is really important here. What we've got here is, maybe you've been there, well, I didn't see things my way. Perhaps these two people, Bremen, these could be any two people, you and your boss, you and your colleagues, you and this person, you and a family member. Why don't we see things our way? Because often we have all of these different things going, different beliefs, different ideas, different values, different agendas, different assumptions, different prejudices. If you think you're not prejudiced, what do we prejudge? Different information, different circumstances. We're talking different language. So what's going to be key here in terms of motivating people is understanding the different personalities, different priorities, different desires, different fears, different drivers, different skills, different ideas, different values, different beliefs, Your team should be diverse in who they are, where they come from, the way that they look at things, their skill set, and so on, in order to steer the ship. Think about it, different people with different skills. There's the cook, there's this person, there's the person who's the engineer, there's this. It's about valuing, recognizing that everybody is different, brings different things to party, different concerns, different constraints. Somebody might be a carer, somebody may have this ability, this person may have this challenge, this person might have this particular learning style, this person may bring this to the table. Everybody brings a uniqueness to it. What we've got here are my 7 steps to building those relationships, the rapport, that taking that time to get to know somebody, to value them. That creates respect. Without rapport, there's no respect. Then suddenly that creates relationship, and then that allows reliability, responsibility, and for us to relay and refer. It should be a dance, and for us to get results, and it should be reciprocal. It should always be about the win-win. How does everybody benefit? Remember, got different characters in your team. Think about all the teams you've been in, different characters, different personalities, different cultures. And that's not just about where people are from, where their family are from. It's just about how, think about it. One team's got one culture of how they do things, the next has got another culture. The higher we up in an organization, we've got to try and create that overarching culture of how it is that we all come together and how we connect and how we value everybody's own unique magic. What the circumstances, what's everyone's career paths, barriers and opportunities. It's important for us to be aware. It's really important that we listen, that we learn, we involve other people and we empower. We bring all these things to the table so we can bring all these different dishes to the party and appreciate it. Remember, everyone's got different learning styles too. The people are very visual, the people who are very verbal, the people who are very auditory, the people who like doing things, getting on, people who are kind of like quite solitary. So you need to be aware and spot that different people have these different learning styles. And as a leader, we want to bring a whole blend of these styles to connect with different people. Think about this learning. Here, this is the visual, I'm talking to you, this is my body language, and I'm inviting you to pause, to reflect. As we think about this thing about motivating ourselves and others, there's going to be a number of different ways that we're going to need to do it. There's going to be the team meetings. They need to be structured, focused, engaging, make sure everyone's contributing, one-to-ones, so that you can be very supportive. You can do the one-to-one work, the reflective stuff, which can be very, very powerful. Very, very, very powerful. And genuinely, it's a one-to-one, both of your opportunity to share, to work together. And that development time, key tip here is put in that time, like you've done right now, for you to plan, for you to prepare, and to put programs together for you, the team, the service. Even if it's just 10 minutes every week where you can pause, reflect, think, where am I at, where the team at, what do I need to work on? Remember, as a leader, you need to wear 3 hats. There's you as a leader, coach, and manager. In other words, as a leader, you're steering the ship, you as the manager, making sure the tasks are done, you as a coach, helping people to develop. Smart goals are really going to be very, very, very important. Might be worth thinking a bit about delegation here at this particular point. One of the things that the idea here is that you can get a big piece of paper and you put in the circle, okay, middle circle, what are the things that I must do, the things that only I can do? Then what are the things that I'd like to delegate, or that I should, my boss is telling me that I should delegate. Perhaps then from there are some things that you can hand over, and perhaps there may be other things where you might need to show, train, coach, shadow, teach. Think about what is it that makes each person tick, what people's aspirations. For me, one of the biggest things that motivated me in my career, one of the biggest things that made a big impact in my career was when the third boss I had recognized that I loved the stuff to do with training. He let me train to become a media trainer. I used to work in media and PR and communications. He knew I loved the stuff to do with people and the stuff to do with training. He let me train as a media trainer. I didn't get any more money or anything else, but that responsibility I loved. He let me train. He let me train other people to appear on TV and radio. He let me appear sometimes to represent the organization on TV and radio. I flourished. It was the birthplace of what I do now as a coach, as a trainer. So all of those years ago, I won't tell you how many years ago, it was decades ago, when he made that impact, it really had a huge impact on me and my motivation and my career growth. So think about the team. What makes them tick individually and collectively? And here's a tool that might help you. What's their motivation? What's their character? You could even score. What's their competence in particular? What's the authority required for that particular task? So you can begin to think, okay, this person's very motivated and very competent. Okay, I can easily pass this on to them. This person, actually, their competence is relatively low, but their motivation is high. They need to have some training. This person, their motivation is low, but their competence is high. What's going on for them? Maybe I need to talk to them. Maybe they're feeling bored. Maybe I need to give a new challenge. Maybe I've not engaged with them for a while. Who knows? That conversation may well be useful here. But this is a prompt to help you to begin to think about how you can begin to delegate and develop your team. So lots and lots to think about there, isn't there? I want you to pause. Now that solitary learning style now. Think about what's it you've learned or remembered. And what's the action that you're going to take and when? So I'm going to give you a very, 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 very quick recap. We've talked about a lot here. You've reflected on, okay, motivate myself and my team. Maybe even think about what is it that motivates you. What makes a team? What breaks a team? Remember everything from destination to appreciation and celebration constantly. Remembering that we all see the world differently. Listen, learn. Remember, we've all got different learning styles, different backgrounds, different things to bring. The stuff you need to do as a team, the one-to-one and the development time for you, for the organization. Think about that delegating. Think about what's going to help people grow. And think about what you can do as a result of today. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to stop this now and I want to wish you all the best. Remember, there's many more videos in this series. Take good care. Bye-bye.